Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve another illustration related to labor cost. The chapter which we are related with is labor costing, where we usually calculate amount of wages for different workers. Since it's cost and management accounting, we are related with three major factors: material, labor, and FH. These are key subjects or key headings or key elements related to cost and management account, but specifically in this chapter we will only be calculating labor costs. That means how much amount a manufacturing concern can be paying to labor workers, for which there are two main factors, two main methods of calculation of labor worker wages are used. First, we see the time rate method, in which hours worked are either calculated or they will be present in the question. It would be multiplied with per hour. In this way, you will calculate wages according to time rate method. Means a worker is working in your manufacturing concern, you will note it down how many hours he have worked, and then a rate would be decided with him for per hour. Per hour rate would be multiplied by number of hours he had worked. In this way you can calculate wages. Second option is, instead of focusing upon units, we will be focusing upon piece work rate system, under which number of pieces will be counted down, and we will decide a rate of per piece. So this rate would be multiplied with the pieces which worker had made. In this way wages would be calculated. So these are two pillars, you can call them. These are pillars of calculation of labor wages. No matter whatever the question is, no matter whatever the manufacturing concern practically is, they will be either using this base rate or the second piecework rate system. Again, in our question, we are facing the same situation. We will be choosing one of them, and you can start looking at volume and appearance of this illustration. It's a short question, though we are related with four different workers and they are producing different number of units as well. So obviously we will see the workers who are working according to standard. We will be paying them normal wages. If a worker is producing number of units more than that of standard, so some financial benefits would be given in terms of bonus. So if a worker is working less than that of number of units of standard, so he would not be allowed to get any extra financial benefit or amount of bonus. So this is very simple phenomena. A worker is working according to instructions. A worker is producing more number of units than standard, give him bonus. And a worker who is not producing, who is not acting according to instructions, a worker who is not producing number of units more than standard, lower the production, means he will not be eligible to get any extra financial benefit. This is simple procedure and we can apply it to any manufacturing concern. We can apply it to any question of any author, any book. Like we have solved problems from another book and these illustrations are from another book. So that doesn't matter. Rules are same no matter what kind of university you are in, what kind of author is being used, but rules would be same for calculation of wages. First thing is, we will divide this question into four parts. We do have A, B, C, D number of workers. So let's, one thing more I want to share, that there is no permanent and fixed performa or format for solution of these questions, labor wages. Whenever we will start our question, we will look at it, we will see the volume, we will see the appearance, we will see the requirement of the question, and according to that, we will redesign our solution. Like today, we will be calculating wages of these four workers in maybe entirely a different way would be used. So there is no permanent and fixed performa or design of the question. First, what I am willing to do is to divide this illustration into two parts, and I'm requesting you may follow this design or you may not follow. You can design by your own choice. If I am using a horizontal way of calculation, you can use vertical question. If I am using or dividing this question according to number of workers, you can. So if you want to redesign this question, you are very open to do that. So first we will divide it into workers, then we will see what normal wages are, and secondly we will see, let me design it accordingly so that we should not be having any trouble. Okay, then we will see if somebody is eligible for bonus. So we will calculate bonus in this way, and finally we will see total wages. And how you will calculate total wages? Normal wages would be added in amount of bonus. Look, it's a simple thing. I'm very sure you are understanding normal wages when a person is working within or less than standard. If a person is working more than standard, a bonus would be given, and then total wages would be calculated. There are other requirements as well, we will see later on. Now A, B, C, D, there are four workers. We can now here mention the workers A, B, C and D. Okay, so units produced are mentioned over here. Complete in job units okay, these are not units, hours in which they have completed their job. So for that we will be looking forward for this, and we'll place hours worked. Okay, sometime it happens we need some extra working on performa. Look, at the time of solution of your question, even in the exams, please do not avoid to make it clean, clear, lines, marker, headings. Good presentation is the part of your question. So instead of just doing whatever is coming and you are doing without any lines, without any presentation, believe me, it would go unfavorable for you. Now you can see that I'm taking time to set the lines, I'm taking time to wrap it up, and I am taking time to present it well. So please don't bother about, it's not time wastage. It's a good thing. When you will design your solution in better way, it would go in your favor. A worker had taken time, we are focusing upon here 15, 12, 10, 8. So 15, 12, 10 and 8 hours taken. And now we will see standard hours were, standard time taken to complete the product is 12 hours. So here we will see standard hours, which 12. That means for every one standard would be similar. And here you will write 12 in front of all the workers. So now we will see who had worked within standard and who had worked less than standard and who had worked more than standard. Here you can see standard was 12 hours and he had completed 15 hours. So it means, should we give him the bonus? How you will judge it? If the person has completed his job within or less than standard, he would be favorable or he would be eligible for bonus. Instead of completing this work within standard hours, he had taken 3 extra hours. So no bonus should be given to this person. And then you can see B worker had completed his job within standard time. And now you can see how you will pay this standard, how you will pay the bonus. This is bonus, and who complete the job in standard time or less. In standard time, that means a person who is completing his job in 12 hours. This is your standard 12 hours. He will also be getting 10% bonus. Okay, so second worker, yes, he is eligible for bonus. For C worker, he had completed his work less than that of standard. So 2 hours he had saved, and then D worker has saved 4 hours as he was allowed to do or complete this job in 12 hours, and he had completed his job in 8 hours. That means 4 hours he had saved. So it's time to see normal wages and bonus. Look at here, standard time is this, and 25 paisa per hour. 25 paisa per hour is normal wages, and 10% would be paid extra to the person who had completed his job, who has completed his job within or less than standard time. Okay, so here we will be calculating their rate. As you know, that rate would be different for the person who had not completed his job within or less than standard time. Now it has also been mentioned in the question, 25 paisa is the rate for the person who had not completed his job within standard time. So first person had not completed his job within standard time, rate would be applied 0.25 paisa. So this would be rate of wages. Why? Because in instructions of question it has been said that a person who will not complete his job within standard time, he will be paid simple 25 paisa per hour. But in second case, if worker had completed within, B worker had completed his job within standard time and C and D taken less time to standard. So in this way, these three workers would be paid 10% extra. And how you will make 10%? Look, 0.25 was your original payment, and then you will add 10%. So 0.25 multiply by 10 divided by 100. Look, in this way you will make per hour rate for bonus hours. Look at over here. So now statement is completed, we can calculate it. And how you will calculate? 0.25 plus again 0.25, it would be multiplied by 10 and divided by 100, bracket closed. There are two brackets. Okay, so in this way second rate is 0.275. This rate will be used for workers who had completed their job within or less than standard time. So what you will do, 0.275 would be the rate which would be used for remaining three workers. So for C and D, same rate will be used. Now I'm sharing you one more thing. At start, first column we have written was for normal wages at here. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 extra columns have to be created. So that's the thing, you will design your solution of the question according to requirements. So it's not necessary to write normal wages over here. It's not necessary to write hours worked over here. We will always be observing our question, and according to question, we will give the solution. Okay, now we are able to calculate our normal wages, and we will use time rate method, hours multiplied by per hour rate. So same which we have discussed earlier. hours worked are present over here 15 and rate is present over here. So first worker hours he had worked 15 and it would be multiplied by per hour rate 0.25. Please note it down in this way. Amount of wages of first worker has calculated. For second worker he had worked for 12 hours and rate would be applied 0.275. Better rate would be given to the three remaining workers. His wages 3.3 and next worker C had worked for 10 hours. He would be paid a better rate 0.275. So it means his wages are 2.75. For third worker he had worked for 8 hours and you will multiply 0.275. In this way you have got wages of all workers. One very interesting thing is the workers who had completed their job within or less than standard time, amount they are receiving is less as compared to the worker who had not completed his work within standard time. He is getting more time. But kindly note that remaining three or B, C, D workers have worked for less hours. So that is why they are receiving less amount. And worker A had to work more hours, even then his rate was less, but the amount accumulated was more. So keep it in mind, they have worked less number of hours. That is why their wage is coming less. Since in this question amount of bonus was already included in wages, so we don't need to calculate bonus in separate way, and here you will be considering this column as total wages as well. So our problem has been sorted out. We have calculated normal wages. Go back to the question and see what else is said. If the overhead rate chargeable to production is 0.5 per hour, so it means we need to calculate FH as well. For FH, it has been said hours worked would be multiplied by per hour FH rate, which is given in the question. So hours worked, look at here, 15. 1 second, we'll have to see FH rate, where it is. FH rate is 0.5 per hour. So here you can shift to next column and now you will write down FH rate, which is 0.5, and you know that it would be similar for remaining parts as well. So it was given in the question, we are not calculating it, 0.5 per hour. So rate is mentioned over here. We are now open to calculate our FH. How? Hours worked per hour rate. This is your per hour rate and hours worked are present over here. So 15 hours worked for worker A and rate is 0.5. Please note it down. Hours worked 15, FH rate 0.5. So first FH is calculated. Now let's calculate the second. 12 hours they have worked and 0.5. 12 hours worked 0.5, and third worker 10 hours he had worked, rate is 0.5. And next you will be calculating for D worker how many hours he had worked. Look at here, 8, and multiply by per hour FH rate, which is 0.5. So guys, we have calculated FH as well, and now we will be following next requirement of the question, under which we will see what is next requirement, what will be the cost of conversion. As we have discussed earlier, conversion cost is sum of labor and FH. And obviously you have calculated your labor cost and FH. So these are two columns. This is cost of your labor. We are marking it. And here you have calculated cost of FH. The third requirement he is asking is to calculate your conversion cost. And as you know, your conversion cost would be calculated when you will add labor cost and FH cost. So this would be the way with which you will calculate your conversion cost. Alright, and now your wages or labor cost is present over here and FH cost is present over here. So you will be able to calculate remaining amounts 654. Okay, so conversion cost 3.75. Okay, instead of this I will write 3.75 is your labor cost, then add FH cost which is 7.5, first conversion cost, then second labor is 3.3, add FH cost which is 6, so second conversion cost, then 2.75 plus FH cost 5, and then we have labor cost 2.2, add FH cost 4. So we have got all of our costs, labor and FH. Look, it was very easy for me. Just by putting a single formula I was able to calculate everything, but instead of doing this I was actually calculating manually. I will show you what I was able to calculate here. Simply amount of wages or labor and plus amount of FH. Then what I could do, just paste it. Look at here, it was 1 second work. But why I was calculating manually? Because in your papers you would not be provided Excel or calculators, scientific calculators or programmable calculators you would not be provided. So in this way you will have to calculate it manually, and I am performing the same way. Though this question on Excel could be solved within 2-3 minutes, but for exam you will have to draw lines, you will have to use your marker to draw these headings, you will have to arrange them, and all amounts would be calculated manually, and then you will have to write it. So obviously time would be taken. So conversion cost is also calculated. This was our third requirement, and we are marking it as completed, and we'll go back to the question. We'll see if there is anything else. Labor overhead per piece produced by each worker. So what we have done, this is your labor cost, FH cost, and required if overhead chargeable to production 0.5 per hour. What will be the cost of conversion labor per piece produced by each worker? So this is your conversion cost, and now we will see per piece conversion cost, and how would you calculate it? Conversion cost would be divided by number of units produced. Formula is simple, and what you will be doing, so per piece conversion cost, how conversion cost would be divided by unit produced. So it's simple thing. This is your conversion cost 11.25, and it would be divided by number of units produced. And for this we will go back to the question and we'll observe where are number of units produced. Okay, 12 hour 25 paisa, workers complete the job standard time, not mentioned any number of units. All right, so you can see in whole question units are not mentioned, how many number of units they have produced from here to the last of question, per piece produced by each worker. I I think number of units. Okay, complete a product. A product is very important and you will have an idea. These are number of units. Kindly note it down. A product means only single product. So it means when you want to calculate your per piece conversion cost, it would be similar to this. Why they have produced, this is your conversion cost and everybody had produced only one unit. So it would be divided by 1 because unit produced are 1. Same cost would be written over here. So for second, what we'll do, total conversion cost 9.3 divided by unit produced 1. So same cost, number of conversion cost is 7.75, number of unit produced 1, same amount. Conversion cost 6.2, number of unit produced 1. So we have got the same per unit cost or per piece cost produced. So in this way we have completed our question. I would like to let you see by zooming off. So from here to here, these were requirements of the question and you will follow your own design. I have used horizontal columns. So instead of horizontal column, you may use vertical columns. Instead of doing this way, you can solve this question up to downside. Whatever design do you like, you can choose it and according to that design, you will solve the questions. So this solution is in front of you. If you have any difficulty regarding any amount written over here, you are very open to ask your question, your queries through messages, text, or you can directly contact. But here I'm requesting you, first do this question by yourself for 4 to 5 times. Request is similar. Please solve this question by yourself for 4 to 5 times. After doing this practice, I'm 100% sure that there will not be any question left. But even then, I'm opening you, I'm welcoming you. If you have any query, just put it and communicate to me. I will surely be available to answer them instantly. Our illustration has been completed. If you have any question regarding this illustration, you are open to ask. Our illustration is completed, answers you have seen. So it means time for this illustration has been ended. We surely be meeting very soon again for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself and I'm requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.